Hey guys, welcome back to Drive Time DIY. This is Ravi. Thank you for your support, and if you are watching this channel for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to tackle a modification which I should have done the second I drove this car off the lot. That is the dual catch can setup. We are installing the ADDW1V3 dual catch can setup, one on the PCV side and the other one on the CCV side on this 2022 Subaru WRX. Let's do it. So let's see what we got in the box. First one, the PCV side. So the box has a hardware bag that says PCV, and it comes with two hoses, a catch can and the hardware. Make sure that you have the thicker hoses on the PCV side and the skinny ones on the CCV side. Same on the CCV side, we got one catch can, two skinny hoses and the related hardware. These are the contents of the box and this is all I got. I haven't gotten any instructions included in the box or through email. So let's figure out where we're gonna have to install these. Using a 2mm Allen key, I'm gonna remove this screws. Oh, these are pretty tight. Using the same screws, install a bracket onto the catch can, just like that. There's another hardware package that has more clamps and two connectors that go with the hose and onto the catch can. It also came with O-rings that should go on to these nuts here, and just install them one on each side. Using a 19mm socket, tighten these connectors onto the catch can and just make sure they're tight and not loose. I'm not sure about the torque spec, but I just have them all the way in. That's it. So to install the CCV side catch can, let's begin with connecting the hoses to the catch can and then let's go from there. Just do the same what you did on the other side. So once you have these two connections in place, connect the hoses on either side. Once you have the hoses installed, now let's install the bracket that came with the package. Let's dive into the installation. First, let's crack the PCV side. So if you see here, the PCV side is located under the intercooler. For that, we need to remove the intercooler first. So to get started with removing the intercooler, let's remove this clip here. That will unclip this hose, and there's some bolts around the intercooler that we need to remove. Once you take the intercooler off, locate the hose that is thick and that's connected to the intake manifold, which is this. There's one clamp here and the other one down there. It's kind of tricky to get down there, right there. So we're gonna have to loosen these two clamps and slide it down to the hose. Let's do that. We got both the clamps loose and I slid them back onto the hose. And let's remove this pipe now. You can see the oil. You can literally see the oil. Oh my God, that's bad. I was finally able to break this loose, and you can already see all this oil that has been going into that intake. Oh my God. I should have done this right as soon as I bought the car. So once you remove this hose that's on the car, remove the clamps on both sides. We're gonna have to use these later. The package came with some new clamps, but I'd like to use these if possible. But I don't know, look like they're rusted, but I'll see during installation if I can use these existing ones. Let's remove these. So now that we have this hose, we need to cut this into two pieces. There's these hose connectors that came with the package. The thicker one is for the hose that's on the car, and the thinner side goes into the one that came with the package. Just make sure you cut it at least 2.5 inches on both sides, and that's all you need. You don't need more than that. You can use a hose cutter, but the knife is all I have right now. So this hose is now cut into two pieces, and I'm gonna install the clamps back onto these. These are the ones that were already on the car. That's how it should look once you have it installed. Let's slide the other clamp onto the hose as well. There. Now slide this clamp that came with the package onto the hose and install it, and tighten this clamp as well. Now I'm installing the outlet pipe at the manifold. Just make sure you have everything tight and in place. We don't need anything to be loose enough to just slide out. I'm gonna put this catch can in place and temporarily put a bolt in here just to check if I have enough length of hose so that it reaches the catch can after installation. Just gonna check real quick, and it looks like we have more than enough of hose, so that's a good sign. Uh, let's see what we need to do next. So we now have the inlet for the catch can ready as well. So this one goes onto the engine, and this one goes into the catch can. This one is not a very simple installation, just like how we did at the intake manifold. Just be careful and make sure you have everything tight and in place. Let's do it. Man, this is not an easy one. Once you install this hose on the slot on the engine, slide this clamp back into its position for it to hold the hose tight. Just make sure you don't slide it too far low, because it does fit all the way, it does go all the way down, and that's to the point where it's not basically holding the hose anymore. So just be careful that you have this clamp low enough for it to hold the hose tight. I put the clamp back on, and that's how it should look once you have all of it together. If you see clearly, these catch can inlet and outlet are marked on the both sides, so no need for any confusion. I routed these two hoses from under this pipe here, just so that they're not on my way to install the intercooler, or they're not rubbing against the intercooler. Now let's put the intercooler back on. Now let's slide the catch can right in between the intercooler and the bracket. Wiggle it around for it to get in, and then once you're sure the holes are lined up, put the bolt in place. I'm going to tighten this bolt slightly just so that it holds the catch can in place before I connect the hoses to the catch can. Now using the clamps provided, put these clamps on the hose before you connect it to the catch can. Make sure you're connecting the inlet one on the inlet side and the outlet one on the outlet side. Once you have the hoses connected and the clamps in place, just tighten them. Just make sure that you connected the inlet and outlet at the right locations and you should be good. And that's all. The PCV catch can is in place. Now let's install the one on the CCV side. Now let's start installing the CCV side catch can. For this, we need to remove the pulley cover. Let's start removing the pulley cover. Once you have your pulley cover off, you can see this hose here, and this is what that's connecting the CCV from the crankcase back to the intake. And what we're going to have to do is chop this off and connect this to the catch can, and let's do that. So I have the catch can ready with the bracket installed, and this is where I'm planning to install it per the picture that's on the website. This is where it's installed, and I think this is how it looks. It must go under that, but that's how it looks. That's where it's gonna stand. Once you remove the bolt, just slide the catch can in between this bracket and put the bolt back in. Once you have the bracket in place, tighten the bolt slightly so that you can move it later to an angle you want. Once you have the catch can in place, now you can find the hose that's connected from the turbo inlet to the crankcase, and we're going to have to cut this about here for one connection to the inlet and the other one to the outlet. Let's cut this pipe. Once you cut the pipe, grab one of these connectors that are given in the package, and there is also O-rings provided. Install one of these onto the connector just like that. So use one of the provided clamps, the small ones, and slide it onto the hose and install the provided connector onto this hose. Just like that. And now you're going to have to slide this into this pipe. Since what you get here is actually a barb fitting, it's not going to fit directly into this plastic hose. So what I did was I just heated up this hose a little bit for it to slide in. This is how it looks once you put it together. Once you have the barb connected, tighten the clamp on the other side. It looks like the other end, what we have here is longer than what we need. So what I'm going to have to do is cut it more to install the barb that we got for this. Let's cut this. So now to install the barb on the other side, I'm going to have to heat this up as well for it to expand a little bit and so that I can slide the barb in. You can use a heat gun if you have it. This is not ideal, but this is all I have right now. So I'm going to have to use this torch. Once you have the barb in, tighten this clamp as well. Make sure you tighten all the clamps, and that's it. That's how you end the CCV side catch can installation. And once it's done, let's make sure we have tightened all the bolts in place, and then we can finish up our installation. Just make sure everything is nice and tight. And now we're gonna put some zip ties for these hoses. Now let's put the pulley cover back in place. I said this should have been the first mod I did on this car. Why did I say that? It's simple. Prevention is the key. These catch cans are relatively very inexpensive parts that could help your engine last long and also prevent long-term damage. Simple and cost-effective modifications like these catch cans could help you protect your investment in the long term. They also help your engine running at its best. If you have a high compression engine or a direct injected engine, it's highly recommended to have these catch cans. All right, that's how we end this video. Hopefully this video helped you. Let me know in the comments what kind of modifications are you planning and you want my help to install them on your cars. Don't forget to like this video if it's helpful, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.